Hey, what's up guys? My name is Harshil Mavani and in this video we take a look at the final keyword in Java. And this time I promise I'll keep it under 5 minutes. So let's get started. Now the final keyword can be applied to three entities. The first one being variables. So we have variables that can be final. We have methods that can be final. And of course we have classes that can be final. So let's just go ahead and talk about the final variable first. To begin with, variables that are final cannot be changed. So variables that are final with some value, that particular value cannot be changed. Let's have an example. So if I have a final variable, say a, so I have final int a is equal to 100. Now nowhere once again in my entire class or my method or be it any other class or other methods, nowhere can I change this value. So a variable once declared final will retain the value throughout its life. I hope you have a logical question that what if you don't know the value of a during compile time and the user is to enter the value of a. In such a case, we will have uninitialized final variables. An uninitialized final variable will look something like this. We will have final int a. By doing so, I have a which has no value. So once the value is assigned to a, it won't change throughout its lifetime. And if we try to change it in our code, be it anywhere, it will throw a compile time error. So the compiler just scans your code to see if the value to a particular final variable is being reassigned. Our next question, demonstrate the use of uninitialized final variables. So let's give this a concrete example. Suppose we have an employee class. Now we know that each employee will have his or her own name. So we can have string name. Now let's talk about the social security number of an individual. So let's just put up that field over here. We'll keep it as a string again. So string social security number. So what exactly is a social security number? In the United States, a social security number is nothing but a 9-digit number issued to the US citizens. And generally they don't change. So now here's the key point. It doesn't change. So if we know that the social security number is not going to change, then why not declare it final? But at the compile time, we're not going to feed in data of, so let's say 1,000 employees. We're not going to run the loop for 1,000 times and give it different values. We'll have something like, we'll have a system which works in such a way that your operator is sitting at the desk and each employee comes in and gives in his or her social security number. And your operator will now enter it in our program, this program, the program that which we are looking at. So it makes sense to have the social security number marked as final. Now the question arises as to when do we assign this value? When do we assign a value to the SSN field? And the answer is constructors. So let's have a constructor up here. I'm just continuing my code over here. So I'll have an employee constructor. Now inside the employee constructor, I know that when the object is being created, I will send the social security number. So let me just change the declaration a bit to accommodate the social security number. So I'll have string SSN, let's call it SS num, and of course the name and what else you want. And inside what I'll do is SSN is equal to SSN num. Now by doing so, I've made sure that the SSN field for the employee is final, it won't change. And by doing this over here, I've made sure that only for the first time when the employee instance is created will the SSN be assigned, or let's say that the value will be filled only and only when the employee object is created. So that's it for this video. In the next video, we'll take a look at final methods and final classes. Thank you so much. Keep watching.